Excellencies, is it working? Yes. I want first of all to thank you all for being present for this end of the year reception. Sometimes it's beginning of the year, but this year I think that we had a quite difficult year, all of us, in Georgia, but not only in Georgia, all over the world. It was complicated, to say the least, year. And so I thought that at the end of the year, we all needed some relaxation. So I'm very thankful to you all to be present here tonight. Some have already left for this holiday season, and I wish them, as well as to you all, a very happy end of the year and a very happy New Year 2022 and holiday season. Happy Christmas for those that celebrate Christmas. I think that, and for your families, and something that is nowadays becoming very important, it always was, but it's more than ever, health. Health for you, for your collaborators, for your families and friends, and hopefully for the whole world that will somehow get out of this pandemic in a better shape. So this year has been one of many challenges, and in a way one can say that these challenges have become common to everyone. We now have the pandemic that is a challenge for all of us that we are now submitted to. We don't know when it will end, how it will end, and although it's a challenge that concerns everyone in the different parts and the regions of the world, we have not yet managed to make the answer to this challenge a real common answer, real solidarity. We need probably more solidarity and also more sharing of the views on how to solve this extreme challenge, to do that in common. And also, the way we will be able to do it is also to overcome the divisions within the society, those that are in favor of vaccines, those that are against, the different views. This is a serious issue. No, it doesn't exist. That's a major challenge, and we know that we have that in all our countries. So somehow we have to look for the answer to that. In common, we have climate changes and their effects on the different countries. Poor or rich, we are all suffering of the effects of the climate changes, and we are hearing some news, scientific news about what's happening in the glaciers, and that's not good news. We have seen Glasgow, some results, some steps forward, but no major solution to the climate change, not this big, united, common decision that we're going to do everything that's needed to stop these climate changes. We have seen strategic challenges almost everywhere in the world, and this geopolitical situation in the world is changing. It's changing at a pace that makes it very difficult to follow the developments and to be ready for the next developments. I remember a time when I was much younger, when the strategic balance was such that we could at ease start reflecting on how to react, what were the different counter strategies, and it was, compared to now, at that time we didn't think that way, but compared to now it was much easier. Today we don't know where the next major geopolitical change is going to occur, and we have seen this year the withdrawal from Afghanistan, which for Georgia was very directly. We were part of those that all in and all out together. We have also taken part into the evacuation process, but things are changing as a consequence in many, many different parts of the world, and security and stability is ever more important to all of us. Of course, closer to us, we're seeing the extreme determination of Russia to challenge the old world order, and we're seeing it on the territory of Georgia. We have seen we are the example of things that now are being repeated elsewhere, and we see the extremely disturbing behavior in Ukraine. We see Belarus using migrants, and that's a new instrument to destabilize neighboring countries. We see all these very preoccupying new tendencies on which we do not have there also a common, very determined as is the Russian challenge. And that is something also where we have to concur and find new solutions. In this challenging, we see that just yesterday, Germany has expelled 2 Russian diplomats responsible for killing a Georgian, Chechen, but very Georgian. And that is the world in which we have lived this year, and most probably in which we will continue to live next year. And last but not least, we have known internal extreme challenges, not only in Georgia, and I'll come back to Georgia, where it has been extremely present, the polarization, elections in an extremely polarized context, all of that which is really disturbing the political tissue, where the state interests, in a way, are put aside to individual, communitarian, political interests, and that is a very preoccupying tendency. And this is a plague that has affected not only Georgia, small country, recent democracy, maybe old one at different times, but now a recent democracy. And we have seen big democracies, old democracies, also affected by this polarization. And it looks like it is a tendency that also many countries are going to share. And there we have to find common solutions. And this necessity to do more, we have seen that on our path to European integration, there have been progress. The most recent summit of the Eastern Partnership has been very important. The determination of the European Union, even to enter into the political crisis of Georgia, the 3 visits of the European Union's, the President of the Council, that's something that probably we have not yet realized how important a step and how important a change it was, because that marks really a new determination of the European Union to be present and to be active. But that's not enough. We have seen that NATO has associated Georgia to the most recent events, and that is very important, but that is not enough. And we are seeing that all of that is really dependent on us to see whether we are ready, we are capable of pushing this path forward. And that is really the major challenge for the Georgian people. That's where I took the initiative that you have probably heard about at this end of the year, because I want to enter the new year with this new attempt to reunite, attempt to go over some of the major disagreements. Of course, this is and has to remain a pluralistic society. We will never think in the same way on many different issues, but what is the use of thinking differently on different issues if you cannot discuss together? Then you keep your views for yourself and you just scream, which has happened a lot recently around us. So we have to find a way to go over that and look into the disagreements, because it might be interesting to hear each other. And I think that by that we will go back to what is and has been the identity of Georgia, which was unity and tolerance. If that had not been the case, this country would not be here today, and I would not be this country's president. So I very much hope that this country is going to exist for a much longer time, that we will be able to overcome these new challenges all together. And I thank you again for being here, because if we now take this challenge in our hands, it doesn't mean that we close ourselves, and of course we will need the support of our partners as ever. Thank you very much again for being here tonight. I want now to pass and welcome, first of all, the Nuncio, and he will say a few words. Thank you very much.
The word goes to Apostolic Nuncio, His Excellency, Monsignor José Avelino Betancourt.
I want to take the opportunity of wishing a very happy birthday to His Eminence the Pope. Thank you.